The Weather Channel. Unless you're living under a rock or gauge your weather by using a rock, you would know that it's the hub for all the meteorological information you would ever need. Between all the reality shows, people with AirPods yelling at each other, and whatever this is, lies the channel that doesn't try to be anything more than it is. As it stands, the Weather Channel reaches more than 78 million households in the US and in recent time was bought by IBM. Yeah, that IBM. I mean, their domain name is weather.com, that's how cemented into daily life they are. Usually this channel stays on your TV in the morning while you get ready for your day, or the channel you use as noise to fall asleep on the couch. To elaborate on the latter point, we segue into how something as synonymous yet unintentionally bland as the Weather Channel has found itself latched onto the art form of vaporwave. Let's start with the facts. Vaporwave in its earliest perception was an idea to capture nostalgia within the 80s and 90s, as at that point in time society and way of life, in the grand scheme of things, was growing at an overwhelming rate. TV shows and commercials in the mainstream were more obnoxious but creative. Companies were creating the best products of their time, and life seemed pretty okay given the circumstances. But at the corner of the TV guide was the Weather Channel, and they were pretty much doing the exact same thing they're doing nowadays since 1982. But there's something different about the channel's earlier broadcasts. They're calmer, friendlier. Almost makes you want to take a nap. But one subtle perk of the Weather Channel was their music of choice. Smooth jazz that sounds like it was swiped right out of a luxury Elite release. Which brings us to today's review, Global Outlook by Alternate Skies. I discovered this artist only a couple of years ago, and his works always managed to hit a sweet spot in capturing the sweet nostalgia of 80s and 90s weather reporting, and has since become one of the best artists for climate wave, or weather wave, or whatever the term is this week. Here I have one of his earlier releases from 2018. The album cover gets a nice upgrade from its digital counterpart, which is formatted as a J card for cassettes, with a quote-unquote on-the-cover Obi strip and Netscape windows giving us a reminder of good old 90s web browsing. I get a giggle every time I see this banner that says, "Catch the news on WeatherWire, send us your stuff," at the bottom. Here on the back sports the track list, and the vinyl is almost mocking the Weather Channel's vibe. It's not in a specific color, there's no crazy design, just the artist's logo in the middle and text showing which side on regular black vinyl. Small nitpick though, I do wish the logo wasn't in 144p if you know what I mean. This may look like any ordinary vaporwave release, but it's what's in the grooves that counts. Spinning this at 45 RPM gives you some of the best that the genre has to offer. Smooth, cool jazz loops with welcoming weather announcers giving you an audio experience of the week's weather headlines or your 36-hour weather forecast. Funny enough, the intro track for the album, Coming Up, is a particularly familiar tune. You can't really miss it. Global Outlook is a great addition to anyone's vaporwave collection. I wouldn't say the album was trying to go for a less is more approach, but rather it accomplished something better: to put great, chill-inducing works onto wax. It's a simple record, and that's all it needs to be. But it will always allow you to reminisce about Monday mornings when there wasn't anything on, but at least you knew there was a 60% chance of precipitation in your area on Thursday. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe, or check out some of my other videos.